Hey guys, it's Kelly from fitnessblender.com, and today I have day 2 of the 3-day flexibility challenge. And today we're focusing on kind of a Pilates yoga mix, and it should feel awesome. So again, you're not going to need any kind of equipment for this, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so we're starting off on the floor today. Our first interval is going to be a Pilates imprint. So we're going to lay flat on our back, feet on the floor. We're going to be doing 45 seconds on, and we've got 10 seconds for transition in between exercises, which should be plenty. So we're going to arch it back up off the mat and then flatten it out onto the floor. So a good way to make sure that you are doing this right is to put your fingers on your hip bones and then on the bottom of your rib cage. And you want to be bringing them further apart as you lift your back up off of the mat, and then closer together as you flatten that back on the floor. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you go back down. Again, take your time, move at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to move at the same speed as me. Alright, so next up we have a toe tap. So we're going to be starting off from the floor. So feet staying flat on the ground here. And we're lifting one leg up to a 90-degree angle the best you can. If you have a mirror for feedback, that would be very helpful at this point. You want to bring it in no further than right over that hip joint. So you're going to be working your core a little bit here. Try to keep your back flat to the mat. Pull that belly button into the floor. Inhale, one foot up. Exhale as you drop it back down. Alright, next up we're going to be doing a chasing toe tap. I'm going to be moving right through these rest intervals. You can take a break if you need to, otherwise follow along. So this time we are chasing, so down, down, up, up, and then you're going to start that motion on the opposite leg the next time. So you can rest your feet on the ground if you're just looking for a range of motion and back health here. Or if you want to bring in your core even more, you can just hover over the ground and not rest. So choose your difficulty level depending on what your goals are here. And my core is starting to shake already. Just make sure you're switching up which leg is leading each time. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Alright, this time we are going to be locked in at tabletop. So again, try to keep those legs or the knees bent at a 90, right over that hip joint, and we're going to be going down, down, up, up. Sorry, my bad. We're staying up here and dropping one at a time. I was like, wait, that feels like what we just did. So hold it here at 90. Remember to pull that belly button in towards the floor. You know, just slowly lowering that leg, just barely tap on the ground and come back up. If you want to make it easier, you can just set it here for a second and then bring it back up. Keep it going. Got just about 10 seconds left. Alright, this time we're going to get both of our legs up in the air. Get a good calf stretch if you want to flex and point those toes while you're waiting. So we're going to be dropping one foot down at a time. So point your toe, lower slowly towards the ground, and then come back up. Stretch at the top, and then repeat on the opposite side. So the training in this little 3-day challenge very closely mimics what you'll find in our 4-week FBreach program. That's also a combination of stretching and Pilates and yoga, all kinds of focus on range of motion and flexibility. Can't ignore these things. Even though this kind of training might feel boring to a lot of people, but honestly, this is the kind of stuff that allows you to do those harder strength training workouts, those HIIT workouts. This is what builds that base strength to be able to do those things safely and without injury. So next up, we are going to be doing a slow flutter kick. So we're going to be doing the same range of motion, but we're going to be splitting our legs in 2 different positions. So you can it's kind of like a Pilates leg pull. So you're doing it way slower though. So take your time, focus on range of motion instead of speed. You're going to feel your abs and maybe your legs and thighs talking to you a little bit here. But focus on getting that stretch. Make sure you're breathing if you need to. If you have lower back issues or haven't quite built up that core strength yet, you can always just bend at the knee and pull in, and it's not as much pressure on that low back. Okay, next up we're going to be doing leg circles. So you're going to put one of those feet flat on the mat again and get one leg up in the air. Actually, we'll lay that leg out flat. So we're going to be doing, point your toe, and we're doing a circle around that hip joint. Once you've made a full circle, go back in the opposite direction. So try to keep the circle nice and tight around right over that hip joint. Try to control it. You don't want it to get too big or too sloppy. Just do your best. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Breathe. So aside from helping build flexibility, a lot of this will help tone as well. It's kind of some really light, kind of recovery day stretching and toning. All right, so relax that leg, kind of stretch it out real quick if you like. Roll around that joint. Put your other foot up in the air, and here we go. So like I said yesterday, these exercises are a really good way to tell where your tight spots are. Like I can tell that I'm way tighter on this side than I am on my left side, which is something that I know I need to work on. So it's good, like I said, to not get discouraged and instead think about it, like I know it can be aggravating, but to think about it as something you need to work on to improve rather than some way that you are failing or not doing a good job at. There's always going to be something that you can do better at, so try to look at it in a positive light. Ooh, see that leg shaking? All right. So next up we're going to be doing a bridge plus a crunch combination. This is not really yoga or Pilates, but it does feel good. So feet flat on the ground, we'll be pressing up, squeeze your glutes, then you're going to drop, kick your feet up in the air, and do a crunch. Back down for that bridge, lower, squeeze up. If you don't have the range of motion, you can just bend your knees and tap there. So get a good stretch there, reaching for those toes. Got about 10 seconds left. Okay, next up we're going to be doing a side leg raise, but we're not doing this necessarily full-blown Pilates style. We're doing it for range of motion. We're doing it like a stretch. So you're going to spread out on your side here, pull your leg up as far as you can, and slowly lower it back down. So like I said, it's okay to open up your hip here. We're not doing it exactly like the Pilates exercise. You can even pull that leg up if you like. Just focusing on full range of motion. It should feel good. Just like yesterday, none of this should cause you any pain. Some of it might require a little bit of effort. When you get to the end of your range of motion, you're going to feel a little pushback, a little tension, but no pain, okay? Just keep it going. We've got about 5 seconds left. And next up, we're going to stay in this position and move to we're going to extend our leg in front of and then behind the body. So we're going to get a good stretch through the front. So right here, you're going to kick in front as much as you can control, and then keep your hips in line here and stretch backwards. So you get a good hip flexor stretch through here. So forward, stretch the back of the thigh, and hip flexor, a little bit of core stretch there. No hurry, no need to rush, take your time, move how you need to. And just like yesterday, if you do hear pops, as long as there's no pain associated with it, there shouldn't be any reason for concern. Almost done here, and then we're going to switch to the other side. All right, going to flip over. So we're going back to that side leg raise. Here we go for range of motion. Try to keep your leg in a straight line. Point your toes. Or you can help yourself out with a stretch. If you feel like you could get a little further into the range of motion, you can always help yourself out a little. All right, now we're going to be doing that front kick in front of the body and then extension behind the body. So right here, we'll be going forward, nice and slow and controlled, and then back. Try to keep that leg relatively level the whole way through this motion. So we're halfway right there. Five seconds left. Next up, we're going to be doing a tricep plus a chest opener stretch. So this is a little bit different range of motion, but it feels really good. So when you're coming down like this, you're going to take your elbow and press it against the mat here. Lay your forehead on the mat if you can, and then you're going to open up this way. Lean into it a little bit, and then switch sides. So slide that other arm in there, press against so you feel a good stretch in your triceps, and then open up to that opposite side. So just moving back and forth at whatever pace feels good. "15 seconds left. All right, next up we're going to be doing a warrior lunge. So these are kind of fun. We're going to be stepping up, place your hands on the ground, step in between your feet. I'm going to come up, press up, reach back, and then come back down to switch your foot position. So lean into it really quick, enjoy this stretch really quickly, back into a tall plank, place the other foot in there, stretch really quickly before you come back up, and repeat on the opposite side. Ooh, don't fall over. All right, so next up we're going to be doing a downward dog split plus a tuck. So step back into that downward dog, walk yourself up. We're going to go extension and then tuck in between your knees. Now set that foot on the ground and repeat on the opposite side. Stretch and tuck. And if you need to, you can just, everybody's going to look different. So if you can only come to here, that's totally fine. Just do what you can. 10 seconds left. Three seconds. All right, next up we're going to be doing a tricep push-up plus a child's pose. So this nice smooth motion, lean back into that child's pose, and then work your way up for a push-up. Lower yourself towards the ground, slowly come back up. Your hands should be in nice and close, narrow to your body, and then lean back and enjoy that stretch. And even all the way in between these two positions, you can kind of round your back and move around a little bit. Just feel where you're most tight. Everybody's different. Make sure you're breathing. 5 seconds left. All right, so next up we're going to be doing the Pilates saw. So you're going to sit with your legs sprawled apart, and we're going to lean from side to side here. So arms out and lean across and down to that toe, then come back up to the center and across. Keep your back flat. You should feel a stretch through the backs of the thighs. You can get a stretch through your arms if you press them back. Get a good chest stretch and a good lower back stretch as well. Exhale as you reach for those toes. Pass those toes if you can. 10 seconds left. All right, so next up we're going to be doing a seated torso twist. So just sitting here cross-legged, I'm going to reach slowly and gently, not forcing anything. Turn your head as far as you can, come back to the center, and go for the opposite side. "20 seconds left of these. As you're starting to get more and more warmed up in this range of motion, try to push a little bit further. You'll find that you get more and more flexible as you go. All right, now we're going to be doing arm circles. So you're going to get your arms straight out from that shoulder joint and start going in circles forward. We'll do forward first. Take nice deep breaths while you're here. Try to get those arms even. It's going to be hard, especially without a mirror, without any feedback, but try to keep them even. All right, now right here, we're going to switch directions, so go back if you were going forward before. Got about 10 seconds left. Two, one. All right, now we're going to get up on all fours, and we're going to be doing an arm tuck. So standing right here in this position, start here, take this hand and loop it in under this one. If you can, go ahead and press your shoulder all the way to the mat. Otherwise, just a tuck like this is fine, but do whatever you can for range of motion. If you end up going all the way down, you're going to end up getting a little bit of an arm workout with the support that this one is providing. You should be feeling a stretch through here on the arm that you are weaving under your body. Five seconds left, and we're going to switch to bird dog. So you're going to stay on all fours, and right here you're going to pick your difficulty level again. You can either do one limb at a time, or you can do opposite hand and opposite foot. So do whichever you need to Try to lift only so that your body is in line. You don't necessarily need to go higher than that. Try to get a little bit of a squeeze once you're there. Inhale while you're resting, and as you lift that arm up, those legs up, exhale. All right, now we're gonna work our backs again this time. So we're gonna be arching up as high as you can, really exaggerate that motion. Take a deep breath, exhale as you do the opposite. So you're gonna stick your butt out and sag your back. So you're arching your back here. Deep breath, and exhale as you reverse that motion. This always helps. If I have any kind of back pain, this exercise and these exercises in this routine help a lot. Though honestly, I had more back pain as a 14-year-old than I do as an adult, and I think that's down to strength training. It's made a huge difference for me. All right, so that is our exercise, the closest we're gonna get to exercising today. So now we're gonna cool down a little bit, so just sink right here, get comfortable for a few minutes, not a few minutes, a few seconds. Take a deep breath, and slowly come back up. So we're gonna stretch out the fronts of our thighs a little bit. They did a little bit of work today. So you're gonna pull, if you can, in this position. You can also sit. Just make sure that you're not compressing that knee joint too much. All right, switch sides. All right, I'm gonna sit on our butts here. Kick out your feet in front of you. So we'll start by raising your arms overhead. Take a deep breath and then fold forward towards those toes. Pull your toes back up towards yourself, even if you can't reach your toes. Just do the best you can. All right, slowly roll back up. Do the same thing. Arms up over your head. Stretch out your fingers. And fold forward. Come back up. So take one foot and put it on the side of your hip here. Take this arm and use it to push away from yourself so you get a good twist through your torso. All right, switch and go for the other side. All right, now we're gonna sit cross-legged and do a couple neck stretches here. So look left, or sorry, this is right, then left, and then swoop your neck on the way down. Now do the opposite. Left, right, swoop. This time, right, left, and swoop. All right, now take your shoulders, big roll backwards, and then a big shoulder roll forward. Do that a couple more times. Alright, now lean forward. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Now do the opposite. Bring your arms back and bring your chin up. A couple more times there. Alright, last one. Alright, and let it relax. So I hope that you are feeling all nice and relaxed and loosened at this point. So again, make sure to drink lots of water, make sure to eat a healthy meal, and take care of yourself. And I will see you tomorrow for day 3, the last day of this challenge. Otherwise, good job guys. This workout is complete.